Hello there. Welcome to another episode of 3D Minecraft. Uh, yeah, nice to see you all. Hope you're all doing well and are excited to dive back in. Uh, Today, we're going to explore the wonders of the universe, everything you could possibly imagine and more, and all from the safety of our cozy base. How wonderful is that? Quite wonderful, yes, I think so. Alright, everyone, go ahead and grab your 3D glasses. I just put mine on. Let's go blind together and enjoy 3D Minecraft. Yay! Your eyes may bleed, like mine are, but that's a small price to pay to see Minecraft in glorious 3D, right? Unless you have Bedrock and can use like an Oculus Rift or something, this is the best I can give you at the moment. So let's go. So last time we were on this channel, I showed you a bit of my base. Unfortunately, I started this without you guys, so it's already partially made, you know? Got this crafting table over here. Unfortunately, my levels are not high enough right now to really do much about that. Don't know if the music is as loud for you as it is for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and maybe turn that down a smidge. Hopefully it's not super quiet for you now, but I don't know. Oh, it's still pretty loud. Maybe that didn't actually do what I thought it did. But that's okay. So last time we left off, and I was like, yo, next time we meet up, dog, I'm going to show you turtles, because they're dope. And you're like, what? What the heck's a turtle, man? And I'm like, and you're like, what, you mean like those creatures that are on the sand? And I'm like, no, dog, I'm talking about like legit mining turtles that mine stuff for you. And you're like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't remember you guys being brown. I thought you guys were all white. This is, oh, that's because I installed a variant. I installed some more mods since the last time we played. So now there's variants of chickens and things. Look at these babies. They're so cute. Alright, where did I put my turtle? Not here. Must be up here. I feel like I did this at the end of the last episode too, where I was like, I should put this somewhere safe, and then I totally forgot where I put it. Wait, how did the chicken get out? Oh, crazy. Where did I put my turtle? You would think it would just be in my inventory, but it's not. Which means I must have put it in here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we'll talk a bit about turtles today and maybe do some more exploring and things like that. Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. Do we have any coal? Does not look like we do, at least not over here. So we might need to get some sort of coal or something. But I'll explain why in a bit. There's that one rogue chicken running away. Might need this. Let's see, coal. Do we have coal? No, no coal in here. Do we have a furnace up here? No. Oh, we do have coal. Hooray. Okay. That should be good. I think it might be nighttime. Let's go to sleep, actually. Look at that beautiful 3D sword and stuff. Isn't that lovely? Okay, and maybe we should go save that one chicken that's kind of wandering around the base. There actually is lava somewhere, so it could theoretically die. I would hope not, but, you know, never put it past a chicken. Where'd he go? Maybe he despawned. Let's see. I hope not. He was a cute little guy. Chickens are my friend. Oh, we could have drowned. We could have gone down here and turned into cooked chicken. Well, I think he's gone wherever he is. I guess while we're down here, I'll show you the rest of the cave in all of its glorious 3D. So, as you can see, there's water pretty much everywhere. And that's because this entire cave is completely surrounded by like an ocean with glow squids in it. I haven't killed any yet, but they're out there. Look at this beautiful water. Yeah, I'll show you more of this later. There's not really much to see right now. Every time I try mining something, water just comes flooding in, so I've kind of given up on it a little. Alrighty. Let's go back. Aha, there we go. Back to where the lava and obsidian is. Boop. Boop. Rip, random chicken. You were cute while you were alive. We miss you. Rest in peace. Okay, so if you haven't played the computer craft mod before, what it does is it allows you to have computers and little turtles, which are basically like mining robots, which can be programmed and can help you mine, plant, harvest, any of the kind of stuff. Oh, there he is. He is still here. Look at him. He's so cute. Come on, turtle. Oh, wait. Come on, chicken. Come to your brothers. Okay. Oh, no. I'm trapped. There's too many of them. Huh. You're a good chicken. 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 Ah! Did I feed you all? Come on back in, guys. I think I fed them all. Okay, cool. Now there's way too many of them. Okay. Let's put some stuff in there, because we don't need this much stuff. Not really the appropriate place for this stuff, but that's okay. Let's just be temporary. Oh, he's trying to escape. Do you see that? I hope they can't. That might explain it, though. Oh, an egg. Whatcha? Nope. Okay, not lucky. Okay. So anyway, back to what we were talking about before. For those of you who know the Computer Craft mod, or don't know the Computer Craft mod really, it basically allows you to control computers and turtles, which are little mining robots, using a coding language called Lua. And Lua is a really easy language. It's I'll just show you. So let's go ahead and put down the turtle. So maybe I'll eat some bread real quick actually. There we go. Get some bread. Put down the turtle. Boop. And when you first load up the computer, it'll go ahead and give you this little tiny interface here. And you can do stuff like use the ls command to list what's in the current directory you are in. So if you're used to any sort of shell scripting or Unix or Linux, you might be aware of certain commands like ls for listing files, and you can use that here. And also, I think is it edit? Yeah, you can create your own programs in Lua with this edit command. So we can say edit test.lua. And then in here you could do something like, for example, print I am the best turtle in the world. You should feed me coal. Or something like that. Sorry. And then you hit control and you can hit save. And if you want to test it, you can go ahead and hit run, or you can exit this interface for editing the program. We hit run, we see it goes ahead and says, I am the best turtle in the world, you should feed me coal. Now, if you look over to your right over here, you can see that the turtle actually has its own inventory. It's got 16 slots here, and it can use those slots to pick up items that it mines or to store fuel. So for example, if we put some coal here, let's just give it 4 pieces of coal for now, it can actually use this fuel to refuel and continue what it's trying to do. Over here we have the left side of the turtle and the right side of the turtle. So you can try to equip the turtle with like weapons or tools, for example, a pickaxe. However, the turtle will only accept diamond tools, so you can't use stone tools or anything else. You need a diamond pickaxe or, for example, a diamond hoe if you want it to do things like that. Now, if you're trying to learn how to use Lua, let's go ahead and exit this program real quick. There actually is a command you can run from the main interface, the main console, called Lua. And this is an interactive prompt where you can go ahead and test out Lua and play around with it. For example, we could say, you know, I want to see if my turtle can, I don't know, turn left, for example. Okay, it says true. Let's see. And now if you look at the turtle, you can see that he's turned left. This is the front of the turtle. It kind of looks like a floppy disk drive, which is pretty cool. Now, what is this turtle thing here? Well, Computercraft comes with certain APIs built in. One of them is the turtle API for controlling turtles. As you imagine, if you have a turtle, you might want it to turn left, turn right, go forward, mine something. So you can try to do turtle.dig. And here you can see it returned false, and it gave us an error. It said no tool to dig with. Because as you can see, we didn't give the turtle any tools. And you can do turtle dot, and you can kind of like scroll through here and see what functions it has. It has all these different functions, and there should be one that's like get fuel level, I think. Let's see. Get equipped, right? Get fuel level. Let's just type it out. Get fuel, oops. Sorry, my finger's in the wrong spot. Hit tab to autocomplete. And here you can see it's got a fuel level of 0. So if we try to do something like turtle.forward, it's going to return false because it's out of fuel. So what we can do then is we can do turtle.refuel, and it will go ahead and use that fuel we put in there in the first slot. And now if we try again, get fuel level, we'll see it's 320. So we had 4 pieces of coal, we refueled, and now we have 320. So that's 320 divided by 4, 4 times, so it's going to be 80 fuel levels per piece of coal. And each fuel level gives you one piece of movement, basically. So let me show you. So right now the turtle is facing this way. Let's go ahead and do this, turtle.forward. And it said return true, so it worked. And if you look, it's moved one spot forward. It looks like we have a little dandelion friend flying around saying hi to us. Hi, dandelion. How you doing? Hope there's no mosquitoes nearby. I don't like those. The sun is going down though, so we can do it again, turtle.forward. And you can see in the background it moved forward. And technically, if we want to, we could do something like turtle.up. And it moved up. And as you can see, since we're standing on it, it's kind of moving us like a ladder or an elevator. Now, one of my goals for this episode is to go ahead and code the turtle so it mines my wheat for me and then reharvests it, replants it. Maybe even have it go ahead and mine and plant all of these bamboo sheets for me as well. Or papyrus, sorry. And you might be like, okay, but like, how does it know where everything is? Is it just going to, the world is infinite, right? Is it just going to wander everywhere forever? Get lost? What happens if it runs out of fuel? How does all of that work? So what I'm going to do, and what we're going to do in this episode, is we're going to go ahead and write a program that has a map of the farm. The turtle is going to use that map of the farm to figure out where it needs to go, what it needs to check on, and then from there it will go ahead and return to a starting position once it's done. So for example, say this is where the turtle starts at. It'll go ahead and check to see if there's wheat here. It'll see how grown the wheat is. If the wheat is very grown, it'll go ahead and harvest it, and then it'll go ahead and replant it. I don't know how I just unlocked the recipe without doing anything. Probably actually just because of a mod. Yeah, real quick, let's go ahead and take a nap so we don't have to deal with monsters, because I did install a bunch of mods since the last time we played this, and they installed some pretty interesting things. So let's go in here. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and take a nap. And actually, now that I think about it, before we go ahead and write that program that I want to show you, we should get a diamond pickaxe, and maybe a diamond hoe as well, because the turtle cannot equip anything that's not diamond, so we won't be able to harvest things anyway. That being said, let's go back out real quick. Okay, we're back out here. Okay, everything's looking great. Now, let's see. Just to kind of show you what you can do in Lua. So just like in other programming languages, you can define variables and assign them to things. So you can have something like my name is equal to Logan, for example, which is me. And then you can say, print my name. And as you can see, it correctly grabs data from that variable and prints it to the screen. Now you might be like, okay, but how are you going to design a map? How do you know what the farm layout looks like? And to do that, we can use basically what are arrays. So you can do something like my farm. Well, let me show you a simple example first. Simple array apple, banana, grape, for example. As you can see here, this thing, oops, let me try this. Print AY. Did I mess this up? I don't think so. Well, let's try this. I think indexing in Lua starts at 1. Attempt to index global AY a nil value. Well, that's interesting. Let's try it again. Does it have to be numeric? We'll only let you store numbers. Let's see. Oh, maybe it doesn't allow you to store strings. Interesting. Well, I'll have to double check this later, because it's been a while since I've used Lua, so I do have to go over some of this stuff to make sure it's 100% correct. I'm not sure why we can't use strings in there. It seems weird. But anyway, you can create this kind of data structure where you have a bunch of numbers in there. And this could represent a single row of your farm. So for example, we could say farm layout is equal to, and then we can have the first row, which could be, say, let's have 0 represent no wheat and 1 represent wheat. We could have something like this. And then we could have the second row, which maybe looks exactly the same. And then suppose we have a third row, which also looks exactly the same. So what we're doing here is we're nesting these rows of numbers inside of one giant array. And then from there, if we go ahead and type out farm layout, you can see that we go ahead and we have this nice 2D data structure. It's got a number of rows and a number of columns. And to access any individual part of it, we can do something like farm layout 1, 1, for example. This will go ahead and get the first row, first column of this array. So you can imagine if this is our farm layout, the turtle can use this map to figure out where the wheat is, check to see what state it's in, farm it, and then replant it as necessary. And you can do anything, you can do like a simple algorithm, like you can just have it go back and forth horizontally across the rows, you can have it go vertically across the rows. If you want to do something more fancy, you can use other algorithms if you can think of any. But what we're going to do later is just something simple. We might not get it today because we do need a diamond pickaxe and a diamond hoe, but we might go ahead and just do something similar just without the farming mechanics. Okay, so, and then to exit the Lua interpreter, you can go ahead and run the exit command. It'll go ahead and exit, and then you should be good. Okay, we're going to leave this guy here for now. And we're going to go ahead and figure out where we need to go to get some diamonds. Do we have any? I don't think I mined any yet. I do have a diamond pickaxe, but it's enchanted, so I'm not entirely sure I want to give it to my turtle. Maybe. I'm pretty sure the turtle doesn't actually wear down the axe when it uses it, so it'll have the same durability as when you gave it to the turtle. So we could just do that, but we do need a diamond hoe if we want it to actually be able to plant things, I think. Well, I mean, this should be fine for now. We'll worry about planting in another episode. Alright, so first things first, let's decide where we want the turtle's origin to be. So this farm's a little weird. It's not exactly symmetric. And there is some stuff that's on a higher axis than the rest of the farm, so I'm not really sure how we're going to do this, because the map I showed you is 2D, but this is technically 3D. I mean, I guess we could have it focus on this part of the farm for now, and then add in more logic later, perhaps. And we could have the turtle's home base be here. So that way it's really easy to see, hey, the turtle should be here when I come out of my house. I can go ahead and start the program, have it run. It should be able to farm all this wheat, and then theoretically replant it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our interactive terminal. We're going to do turtle.turn right, turtle.turn right. So now you can see he's facing forward again. Well, not again, he's facing to the right, which is what we want. Move forward, to move him forward a little bit. Let's see, 1, 2, move him forward 2 more, 1 more, 1 more. Have him turn right, let's see. Yep, he's facing this way now. Let's have him go forward like several times real quick. Forward, 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 forward. Okay. Let's see, a bit more. I guess we can just do it until he can't go forward anymore. Yeah, perfect. So he can't go forward any further because he ran into this glass block. Ooh, look at the bottom of him. It's kind of like a oven range or something. It's kind of funny. Okay, now we can do turn right, turtle dot down, turtle dot down, turtle dot down. Yep, perfect. So now he's at his home base. Let's go ahead and equip him with a diamond pickaxe. We'll put it here on... Oh, does it have to be a non... I don't know. Let's see. Turtle.equip right. Not a valid upgrade. Oh, maybe it doesn't accept enchanted pickaxes. Alright, well, not a big deal. We'll deal with that later, I guess. Oh man, the sun's going down again. Alright, so let's exit Lua and edit farm wheat.lua. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and create our farm map. So farm map is equal to, I'm going to create like this 2D array thing. And one thing to note is that you can actually code this outside of Minecraft. You don't have to code this in Minecraft. Or you could go ahead and save this file in Minecraft, open the folder where it is, and then edit it on your computer. So you don't have to do what I'm doing and actually edit it in here. You can edit it with your favorite editor if you want to. Alright, so let's just assume we're doing the map that we have right in front of us. So let's go ahead and check. So we have, let's say we're doing this thing here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep it simple. Let's do a 3 by 5. Okay. So 1. Oh, sorry. Let me get my hands in the right spot. Okay. 1, oops, 1, 1. And I guess if we're doing something like that, we don't actually need a map, but just for the sake of being able to expand the program, let's keep the map. Because technically, if we know the dimensions and the whole thing is just wheat, we can just move in a square that's that size. Because there'd be no water blocks we'd have to ignore. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, oops, 1, sorry, 1, You can hear the dragonfly again. Okay, so here we have a 3 by 5 farm map, perfect. And then we need some way of keeping track of the coordinates of the turtle. So let's go ahead and say chords, or let's call it position. I like position. Position is, say, okay, and one other thing we have to figure out with this map is what orientation do we want to be this to represent, right? So right now we're looking at the map and it's going from top to bottom, but the indexing, which starts at 0 or starts at 1, 1, starts at the top and goes to the bottom, right? So if you invert that and think of how we normally have like a graph, an XY coordinate graph, and think back to your geometry class, your math class, calculus, algebra, X and Y grow positive to the right and upwards. Here they grow positive downwards and to the right. So if you think of it as a coordinate system, it's actually upside down. So this part here, 1, 1, this top left part here, is actually basically going to be what's right next to where the turtle is right now. So if you think about it, this piece of wheat here, this would be 1, 1, which means the turtle is actually at 0, 1, theoretically speaking, coordinates-wise. And the reason why we're using zeros and ones is because Lua starts indexing at 1 instead of 0. Unlike most other languages, like if you use Python or anything else like that, most languages start at 0, but Lua does not. Okay, well, let's actually go ahead and take a nap real quick, just so we don't have any surprises. I don't want a creeper blowing up my base randomly. Ooh, eggs. Okay, let's go ahead and take a nap. Alrighty. Cool. Now, let's go back up real quick. Okay, perfect, perfect. Go back this way, close the door, or accidentally use the shield, I guess. Alrighty, so, like I said before, it's currently at position, say, 1, 1. Oh, 1, 0, right? It's at the first row. Well, let's see. It's at the first row, but the 0th column, right? Yeah, so that'll be 1, 0. First row, 0th column. Let's see if that makes sense. So if you use the first index, that would be the first row, 0th column. Yep, that looks good to me. And then from there, what we need is we need a way for the turtle to move around, change its orientation, and know how to get back to where it started. So what we need then is we need to define some custom functions and kind of see where, let me just phrase it this way. We need to know what we want the turtle to do and create functions to help us do it. So the Turtle API has some functions built in. So for example, it has turtle.forward, which we can use. It has turtle.back, which we can use. And it also has things like turtle.turnRight and turtle.turnLeft. So we can orient the turtle however we want, but whenever the turtle moves forward or backwards, we want to keep track of its position and update it so we know where it is on this map, right? So we know it starts at position 1, 0, and that's its origin. So we know where it needs to go when it's done, but we also need to know where it is currently, what it's looking at on the map, and kind of where, keep track of it that way, like update the coordinates and so on and so forth. So we don't really want to rely on these built-in functions, forward, back, forward and back anyway, we want to design functions that keep track of its position. And one other thing you might notice is you might be like, hey, wait a second, Logan. If the turtle's turning right and left, right, then on this map, it's going to be moving, when you say turtle.forward, which direction it moves on the map depends on which direction it's facing, right? So we actually have to keep track of which direction the turtle is facing. So the position is not sufficient. We actually need the position and we need the direction. So for example, facing, and then in here we can say north, for example. So at the very beginning of the program, this thing is facing north relative to the map. It doesn't have to be north in the real world, it's just facing north relative to the map. And then every time we turn it a certain direction, we can change it, for example, from north to east, from east to south, and then from south to west, and so on. So that way, we always know which way it's moving across the map, and are able to get it to return to its original position correctly. Okay, so that might seem like a lot, but trust me, it's not that bad. There are a few other things we need to make this work. So one thing we need is a way of looping. So for example, when we want to return back to the origin, or the starting position it's originally in, suppose we get to the end of the map and we're over here, right? We're going to want to move down a certain number of steps and over a certain number of steps. And that was most easily achieved dynamically using loops. If you haven't programmed before, a loop is basically just something that allows you to do some code over and over again, a specific number of times or until a specific condition is met. So for example, you could say, keep moving forward and backwards until you run out of fuel, or you can say, move forward 5 times, turn right, and then move forward 5 times or something. So how does that work in Lua? If I recall correctly, I think it's something like for I is equal to, let's just do an example actually. Here, let's save this program. Let's exit it real quick. Run and open Lua, and then do for I is equal to 10. Oh, I is equal to 1, 10, 1. Do say print I end. Okay, yeah. So the syntax for the for loop in Lua is pretty simple. Basically, the way it works is you start with the for keyword, you set a variable equal to some starting value, you put the end value and the step size. So here I chose a step size of 1. So as you can see, it does 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. Then you have the do, and then you have an end. So mostly everything inside of Lua has a starting part and then an end part. So when you define a function, you declare the function and then you declare the end of the function. When you have a for loop, you declare the for loop. The do part specifies where the body of the for loop starts, and the end basically clinches off that for loop, so Lua knows where that for loop ends. So if we go ahead and exit real quick, and I'll show you how that normally looks. So edit farmwheat.lua. So for example, in here, the way we'd normally write this would be something like, let's go ahead and do this. So define return to home, or let's call it return to origin. Return to origin, right? And so here we define the end of the function. Then in here we could do something like x position is equal to position 2, y position is equal to position 1. So first we get the current coordinates of the turtle, and then we go ahead and loop and turn it to where we want it to go. So suppose, this is actually a little bit more complicated than it looks. So if facing is equal to north, then we'll go ahead and turtle.turn right. turtle.turn right. So we're going to turn right twice. So now we're facing south. Okay. Else if, I'm pretty sure, is it else if or is it else if? Else if facing is equal to, not south. Facing is equal to, say, east. Then turtle.turn right once. Else if facing is equal to west, then turtle.turn left. So we want to be facing south because we want to head back towards the origin. And if the turtle's already facing south, we don't have to do anything. So we'll not include a branch about facing south. And then we'll just say while while y position is not equal to, say, 0, no, 1. Yeah, 1. Do turtle.forward. So basically, if you remember, our starting position was at, say, y value of 1. So the first, this is like the row value, which is the y value of 1, x value of 0, which is not even on the map really, it's over here somewhere. So what this is going to do is it's going to get the x value, the y value, and then while the y value is not equal to 1, our original value, is going to move the turtle towards row 1. Now, in order for this to actually work, we have to update the y position each time. So y position is equal to y position minus 1, and so on and so forth. And then what we can do is something similar. So we can say, you know, if facing, one other thing we ought to do in here, whenever you update your orientation, you should also update the variable. So in here we should say facing is equal to south. So now the program knows where it is. And likewise, when you move the position, you should also update the position variable. So in here we're going to say position 1, which is the y position, is equal to y position. So we're keeping track of where the turtle is located, and we're moving it towards its origin. Now, since we know it's facing south, what that means is we need to face, let's see, north, west. We need to face west. So what we're going to do is we're going to do turtle.turn right. And then we'll do facing is equal to west. So now we've updated the facing. So remember, if you're facing south, right, and then you turn to the right, you're going to be facing west. So turtle.turn right, facing is equal to west. And then what we can do then is we can say while x position is not equal to 0, do, and we'll do turtle.forward. And we'll do the same thing. So we'll do x position is equal to x position minus 1. And then we'll do position 2. Uh-oh, it's drowned. Did you hear that? That was scary. Sometimes they have tridents. It's so sketchy. I had to kill one with a bow and arrow once. It was a nightmare. It kept killing me and my items. I was like, they're going to despawn. They're going to despawn. Ah! All right, let's take a nap. So we're at least partially safe from the drowned. All right, hello, my babies. Ooh, eggs. Is it worth it? Nah, they'll escape. Let's leave them there for now. Okay. Alrighty. Going back into here. Alright, so position 2 is equal to x position. So we're updating the x position. And then we end the while loop. So I'm going to go ahead and hit end in here. Cool. And then at the very end, it should be in the correct position. Let's see, while it's not equal to 0. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Then once it's at the end, we're going to go ahead and have it face north again. So turtle dot turn right. So now it's facing north. We're going to go ahead and update the facing. So facing is equal to north. And that should be it. So now we've defined our first function. And later, once we define other functions, we're going to rewrite this. So we don't have to worry about updating the direction we're facing like we do here. Instead of turning right and things like that, we can take the same logic and write a function which is turn north or face north or move north, move south, move right, move east, I mean. So that way, no matter which orientation the turtle is facing, we have a reliable function that will just point the turtle in that way and have it move in that direction. Okay, and I'm a little concerned that this isn't turning yellow here. Is it defined? No. Well, we'll double check because maybe I messed up the syntax here, but hopefully not. Okay, yeah, that should be good. Let's go ahead and save it. I am concerned though, again, that this isn't yellow because it should be yellow. Let's just give a quick test. Define, test. Don't think it uses... No, it should be fine, right? Fine. Or is it function? Let's see, is it function? Oh, it's the function keyword. Syntax from other languages was getting me. Function. There we go. So use the function keyword to define a function. I think def might be Python actually. So now it's yellow, so we know, hey, that's a keyword in this language, so it looks like we did something right there. And we should be good. So let's go ahead and give this a test actually. So what we're going to do is the turtle's currently at 1, 0, right? Let's go ahead and move it up a bit. So Lua turtle.forward, turtle.forward. Okay, and then let's actually do something weird. Turtle.turn left, turtle.forward. I can type. Turtle.forward, turtle.turn right. Alright, so right now, I thought that was a drowned, it's just a fish. I guess they kind of are drowning, but not really. I don't know. So right now, the turtle is at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3, -1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and edit our program. And we're going to update the original coordinates so that it's at row 3, x value -1. One issue with the way this code has been written, though, let's see. While y position is not equal to 1, do this. While x position is not equal to this, do this. So the only problem with this is it's assuming that we're going to be moving to the left, but in this case we actually want to move to the right. So let's go ahead and update this real quick. So if x position is less than 0, then then x position is equal to x position plus 1, else x position is equal to x position minus 1. So this will go ahead and take care of that for us. If we're to the left of our target, we'll move to the right. If we're to the right of our target, we'll move to the left. And this part just updates this as according as necessary. Let's do the same thing with the y value. So in here, real quick, we'll just throw that in there. If y position is less than 1, then y position is equal to y position plus 1, else y, I can type, y position is equal to y position minus 1. Let's make this aligned a little bit better. Okay, that should be good now. Let's see, so let's make sure everything's right. So we said it's at 3, -1. And it's facing north, is that correct? Yes, it is. Now the last thing we need to do is we actually just need to go ahead and run this function, return to origin. So let's go ahead and run it and see if it works. Okay, at the very end of this program, we're going to go ahead and call it return to origin. Okay, save, run. Oh, unexpected thing, expected an expression. Oh, am I using the wrong syntax here? That's possible. Let's see. This is the problem with studying too many programming languages. At some point you're like, wait a second, which syntax is it again? Let's double check. So, I think it might be this, not equal to 2. Ah, that's what it was. They used the tilde for not equal. I knew it was something weird. Alright, I think SQL uses this. Anyway, so let's go ahead and exit this real quick. And edit farmweek.lua. Real quick, let's update those functions, these loops. So it should be not equal to, and then likewise over here, not equal to. It is interesting that some languages use the equal sign with another symbol to mean not equal to, and other languages use conflicting symbols, like for example these two, the less than and greater than symbol. If you think about it, if you use less than and greater than, well, it can't be both, so it's basically saying not equal to, which is an interesting thought. Anyway, let's go ahead and run it. As you can see, it turned around. Oh shoot, no! Oh, I messed up. What? Hold on. Let's see, I must have messed something up. If x position is less than 0, okay. X position is position 2, right? -1, which is less than 0. Y position is 1, which is 3. So it did move to the correct row, but it went to the wrong column. Let's see why. Y position, X position. If X position is less than 0, so let's say -1. Turtle dot. Oh, it's because the facing. We face west. It's hard coded to face west. That's why. It needs to face east if it's the wrong direction. Ah. If the position is less than 0. So what we need then is something up here too. If position 2, or actually we can just use X position. If X position is less than 0, then turtle dot turn. See, it's facing north, right? Facing. Oh no, it's facing south, because after you finish the row traversal, it's going to be facing south. So we want to turn left, so that would be facing east, and then facing is equal to east. Else that. Okay, let's go ahead and tab these in so they look nice. Okay, that should fix that. Technically we should do the same thing with the Y position to make sure it's working, but we'll worry about that in a bit. So real quick, save, exit. Let's get it back to where we want it to be. So Lua, right now it's at, say, 1, -1, -2. So it's at 1, -2. So current position is equal to 1, -2. First row, -2 slot. And we want it to be at, say, 3, -2, right? Oh, well, we can just have it move forward 2 times. Turtle.forward, turtle.forward. Hold on, let's see. I don't think that was where we wanted it, was it? Let's see, edit. Oop, edit. 3, -1. Oh, okay. Alright, alright. So, Lua, let's see, it's currently at 3, but -2. So we're going to do turtle.turn right, turtle.forward, turtle.turn left. So now it's facing north. Let's double check. So row 1, 2, 3, x position 0, x position -1. Cool. That should be good. Now we can go ahead and run our farm wheat program. Ooh, I must have made a mistake in there. Edit farm wheat.lua. Should be down here in the, yeah, there it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and quickly fix that. Okay. So you can see he turned around. He faced the wrong direction at the end, but that's okay. So yeah, so that's just a quick example of what you can do with Lua and kind of some of the basic things you do in Lua. You know, if statements, else statements, while statements, or while loops, for loops, things like that. And what we can do after we equip him with a pickaxe and or a hoe is we can have him go ahead and hover over these blocks, harvest each one, and then replant them. Super nice, super easy. That took a bit longer than I was hoping for. So I guess we'll end here for today. I hope you, like me, found the turtles to be really cool, really exciting, and have some interesting ideas you want to try out with them. I highly recommend playing around with Computer Craft. It's a really fun mod, pretty cool, and you can actually add other peripherals to your computers and turtles. There are also monitors you can use to display things. You can load things from chests, store things in chests, and all sorts of stuff. I actually haven't done everything you can do in it. Back when I first started playing Computer Craft, you know, back in like, how long ago was it? It was like 2012, maybe? 2015? I don't know. A long, long time ago. A lot of people in the community were trying to write different programs for turtles. Like programs that can build houses, programs that can build all sorts of things. The mining programs, you know. Because like, you know, you're like, hey, I have this turtle. Why don't I just have it build a house for me? You can say, I want a wood house that's 20 feet tall, build all the floors, do all this stuff for me, and it can do that. So, oh, I hear drowned. I'm going back in here. Where are you, drowned? I don't see you. I know you're here somewhere. So yeah, if you have any ideas, things you want to see, definitely add a comment, add a like, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I guess I should show you guys my character. Oh, you can't see him because he's wearing armor. Till next time, friends. Have a good one, and may the coding be with you. Yeah. Okay, goodbye.